Unscripted today. Fancy dress. I had to do a video interview. Um, Seems to be the new thing with jobs and stuff is to have you pre-record yourself answering questions they would normally ask you in person. Um, so I was able to do that comfortably in a pair of jeans and barefoot and wearing this tie. But outside of that, I personally think that they could just call me in for the in-person interview and get everything done at once. Um, I didn't know what to do for this video. We've done a little bit about my history, and then we could trickle into high school and dig at little things there, but at the end of the day, there has always been a part of me that felt like a boy, and there has been a part of me that has learned how to accept my body for what it is. So, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that label gets stuck on me, and I know that labels are kind of a big thing, especially in the LGBT community, of, well, you gotta figure out what you are and who you want to sleep with, and, there's a label for everything, and half of the labels deal with your personal preference in the bedroom, and the other half of the labels deal with your gender and how you identify yourself, which personally I feel like there's probably only 4 ways you could identify gender-wise, being, girl, boy, both, or neither. But there's 10 terms plus for that, and then there's 5 billion terms for your preferences in the bedroom, which just make me really confused. And I don't need all of those definitions. I don't need all of those labels. I just need to be me. And I feel like that's fair. So me, I'm a girl, and when I get asked the questions on every job application, I've been job hunting a lot recently. So when I get asked the questions, I check the female category. I use the women's restroom, and I get really funny stares when I go in there because this is how I dress. But internally, I act out most things as a boy, if that makes sense. So I go shopping in the boys' department, which doesn't really mean that much anymore because the departments are pretty freaking fluid. At least I think so. Maybe not, because I don't usually like the stuff in the women's department, and I haven't worn women's clothes since my freshman year of college. So I don't know. I don't know if it's necessary to label myself. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but I am gonna do this completely unscripted, and it's gonna drag on, and I apologize for my viewers. This was the whole point of the blog. It was explaining what a girl named Jared meant. It means that I'm a girl, but I happily go by Jared, and you can use any pronouns. I will not answer to they or them or whatever the non-gendered ones are. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm not plural, so they, them doesn't work for me either. And I wish that there was a pronoun built into the English language to deal with the non-gender or to deal with both genders, so you didn't have to sound plural. For those of you who are in those shoes, but that isn't me. So I've had people call me a boy before. I've actually had the librarian hand me the men's restroom key after she looked at me twice and couldn't figure it out, and I was too afraid to correct her, so I went into the men's restroom and peed really fast because I was super nervous that was going to go terribly. So I've had people call me a he and him and sir, and that's cool, and I have people who call me young lady, and that's cool too, and it doesn't bother me. So that's who I am. That's where I am. Most of my life is acted out as a cisgendered male, but my body betrays me. Doesn't betray. Betray is a terrible term. My body is female, and I do what I can with that. When I work out as if I'm bodybuilding to be man. Um, but you know, I still sit down to pee, and I'm okay with that. And I still use the women's restroom, and I'm okay with that. Um, I don't know, any kind of feedback. If you guys have explanations or judgments, or if you have a label that actually makes it make sense, go ahead and put it on there. Leave the definition, because I will have to Google all of that stuff. I don't completely understand it. But I don't identify as trans. I have no desire to go through the whole transition, and that's a whole nother video for reasons why transitioning doesn't make sense for me. And we'll get into that. Maybe that's what next month's video is the reason why transition doesn't make sense to me, because I know a lot of people who look at me and say, well, you would probably be comfortable if you transitioned. Yeah, there's a part of me that probably would be comfortable if I transitioned, but there's a lot of me that wouldn't be comfortable if I went through that. So I just go about the world as me, and you know, I'm a girl, but if you call me sir, I'm not gonna complain. If you call me by my nickname Jared that I've had since high school, I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna respond. And if you call me Jamie, which is my birth name, you know what? That's been me for the last 29 years, and I'm really okay just being Jamie also. So I don't know where to go from that. This video is completely, I didn't know what to do next. I wasn't ready to get into the whole high school thing, and I don't feel like there's a lot of interesting, intriguing information that's going to come out of that without, you know, just tearing my life apart and just picking in, you know, little by little, and oh, well, this actually means that, you know, we could have seen what was going on with you from there and things like that. And I didn't think it was necessary. What I did think was necessary was to finally have an unscripted video where I could talk through myself, which means that I rambled a little bit for the viewers, and I do apologize for that. The next video will be a little bit more scripted, and like I said, I think I might just go into the reasons of why transitioning and testosterone and all of the trans man lifestyle doesn't make sense for me. Parts of it do, but not all of it, and that'll be next month's video. So stick around for that. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you want to check out other videos, check them out over here. And thank you for tuning in and dealing with the rambling of this video. And I will see you guys next month.